Hi everyone, it's Freddy. I'm heading to Tokyo International Airport by Haneda by taxi. I first didn't intend to use a taxi, but jumping into a train during the peak hours with two suitcases is just too ridiculous, so I decided to use a taxi. And you can see a Tokyo monorail on your left hand side. It connects the city and the airport within just 15 minutes. Very convenient. Tokyo International Airport International Terminal opened in 2010 and it's quite new. Before then, Tokyo Narita Airport was the only entrance to Tokyo, but now both Narita and Haneda serves a lot of flights to a number of destinations around the world. I'm now heading to gate 113 for a certain reason, and you can see the reason within a second. And I'm now reaching the gate 113 or 113 or 113, I don't know how to read it. But the reason I'm coming here is actually a friend of mine working as a ground staff at Haneda Airport asked me to visit their flash mob at Christmas. Okay, so this is exactly what happened. And now at gate 112 to London, before boarding starts, they did the same thing again. They finally performed the flash mob for 3 times, once at gate 113 and twice at gate 112. I've uploaded the full version of this performance at gate 112. So if you are interested in that, please watch that from the link below. I've now come to the lounge, and this is the Japan Airlines first class lounge. And you can see the aircrafts from the windows, both Japan Airlines and All Nippon Airways. This is the meal, and you can directly ask a chef to cook your pancake. And you can also find the famous Japan Airlines curry. As for champagne, the famous Laurent Perrier Grand Circle was served on this day, on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and also the New Year's Day, and which is worth approximately $200. And it was just lovely. After that, I did some PC works, and as you can see, the lounge is just empty. I could see more staff than the passengers. Christmas cake was also served specially for Christmas. I'm now heading to the gate, and the impressions of Japan Airlines first lounge. Well, it's not my first time. I've been there many times, but well, during the peak hours, it can be very crowded. With the passengers holding One World Emerald or Japan Airlines Diamond or JAL Premier, but especially during the early afternoon, it reads just empty. And so if you like to enjoy the very empty lounge, I do recommend Japan Airlines first lounge. But other than that, the food is, I believe, better with Cathay Pacific Lounge if it's open, and the services too. They've got better toilet with better amenity, ESOP, and also better bar counter. But the one point that is better with Japan Airlines Lounge is they've got a smoking room. If you're a smoker, I may recommend Japan Airlines Lounge. And they've also got a shower, so maybe eat something and drink something at Cathay Pacific Lounge, and then going to the JAL Lounge may be a good idea. I'm now waiting for boarding to Japan Airlines Flight 85 to Shanghai Pudong Airport. As I'm a Japan Airlines JGC Premium member, I was able to board with priority and going down the escalator now. The aircraft today is Boeing 777-200ER, and it's got 26 Sky Suite Business Class and 286 Economy Class. I booked Business Class for today, and I used the British Airways Avios, and I just needed 15,000 Avios plus tax, and 15,000 Avios is worth approximately 16 or 17,000 US dollars, so it's quite cheap for a business class flight to Shanghai. This is the cabin, a business class cabin, and the seat configuration is just similar to the ones of Cathay Pacific or some other airlines, but the configuration is, I believe, the smallest one among all major airlines. The crew came to collect my jacket to store it in the wardrobe, and even though the configuration is smaller than other airlines, it's just quite comfortable. I'm just going to Shanghai, so I don't actually need a full flat seat, but it's just comfortable. And you can see the menu here, the Japanese dishes and Western dishes. You don't really have a choice except for if you like Japanese dishes or Western dishes. And for drink, the selection is slightly limited, but I think it's enough for a short flight. We are now being pushed back. And the announcement says it takes 2 hours and 45 minutes to Shanghai. I've been on board this type of seat 2 times before, and it's the 3rd time. And the thing I don't like about this seat is, as there's only one button for adjusting the reclining, so I can't really adjust it as I wish, compared to other types, Sky Suite 1 and Sky Suite 2 of Japan Airlines. I believe Sky Suite 1 is the best business class full flat seat of Japan Airlines. I've now got the snack and the drink. The snack is called Arara Mix and Haneda by Haneda Saiga Corporation, and the drink is Japanese plum wine. While the captain is making an announcement, the Japanese dish came, and the Japanese dish comes with just one plate, partly because of the flight time. And today's main is the marinated flounder, and I also have miso soup, and it was very tasty. And after that, Häagen-Dazs ice cream and the coffee came, and Häagen-Dazs ice cream can be, I believe, enjoyed also in the economy class, at least for a long-haul flight. We are now flying over the East China Sea, and I'm now shooting with Osmo Pocket camera by DJI, which was just put into the market 10 days ago, maybe, and on 15th of December. And the very good point about this camera is it's very small, and I don't need to worry about the turbulence. It's equipped with gimbal, and it can also be connected with an iPhone for a better function, so that's also wonderful. Some people compare this Osmo Pocket to GoPro, but Osmo Pocket is far better with gimbal. GoPro is not equipped with gimbal, so far better with something against turbulence. And GoPro is far better as an action camera. So when you use it during some sport or under the water or in the maybe snow in the mountainous area, in that case GoPro is far better probably. The service of Japan Airlines on business class is not really luxurious, even though it's functional. So, the service with the first class on Japan Airlines is heard to be very luxurious. So compared to that, business class is just functional and really like for business, not for luxurious travel. They don't really have a wide selection of food or wide selection of drink or very attentive service, but still the cabin is really clean, and according to the Japanese standard, it's it follows a very high Japanese standard of cleanliness, and the cabin crew is not very attentive like first class on Japan Airlines, but really is responsive and very kind if you request something. So I bet I will continue to use it. Well, as for the seat, I just don't really like Sky Suite 3 compared to Sky Suite 1, which allows you more privacy and direct access. Direct access to aisle is also available on all types of full flat business class seats of Japan Airlines. And what else? Yes, you can have a seat forward, not towards the window. And yeah, but Sky Suite 3 is still offering a direct aisle access, and enough so it's very important. Sky Suite 3 is not the best option for me, but as it allows the aircraft to accommodate more passengers in the business class cabin. So if this configuration can make the fare cheaper or allows the airline to invest on something new, then I can stand with this configuration, or I'm okay with this configuration. But I still like Sky Suite 1. As Shanghai is not very far away from Tokyo, we are almost reaching the approaching time, and I think the next cut is the landing, so I think I need to speak something more. Oh yes, and they always return my overcoat to me before landing, before approaching, but don't they have any option to return my overcoat after landing? I still don't know if they have, but maybe it's for allowing passengers to disembark early, disembark faster. But I personally like having a return after landing if I have enough time. So I may need to ask them next time. Okay, and we have landed now at Shanghai Pudong Airport, and you can also see my overcoat on the right. You can see the taxiway. The announcement will be made. I can translate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have landed at Shanghai Pudong Airport. The local time is 4:39 in the afternoon. Please wait at your seat until the seatbelt sign is turned off. When you open the overhead lockers, please take extreme care as items may slip out. You can use all electronic devices now. However, please refrain from talking on the phone, as it may bother your neighbors. When you disembark, in order to avoid forgetting any items such as mobile phones, please make sure you leave nothing behind in the stowage such as seat pocket. As it's 25th of December today, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you for riding with Japan Airlines, a member of One World Alliance, on this code-share flight with China Eastern Airlines. They've got a Chinese announcement. And now English. I didn't need to translate.
until the captain turns off the seatbelt sign.
And we are being held on the taxiway.
Overhead compartment provided safety bound. You may now use all electronic devices. Please refrain from talking at once since it may bother your neighbors. Also, please check your seat pocket to make sure that there's nothing behind, especially cell phones and electric devices. We would like to thank you for flying with Japan Airlines.
I still don't know why the crew at Japan Airlines have a special accent. It's not really like Japanese English or any other English, but they do have a special accent. And we are now reaching the spot, and the spot was changed right before, so the bus has not arrived yet. And after being held for 10 minutes, we were allowed to get out. I personally prefer getting off by a trap rather than by a boarding bridge, passenger boarding bridge, as I can see the engine and the aircraft very well from the ground, and I can also feel the atmosphere, the air of the airport, so I very prefer that. And the aircraft of Japan Airlines is just white colored and with the Japan Airlines letters and 11 logo and JAL logo, and they used to have a color on it, but they no longer have. So it's really interesting to me why they've chosen to have just white color. And I think it's the end of my video this time. And from the airport to the hotel in Shanghai, please watch the next one. Thank you.